Hello, this is the third lesson in Chapter 3 of Advanced Formal Logic, the chapter that deals with reducing syllogisms into the first figure. So we've been talking about moods and how in reducing to first figure, by looking at both the vowels and the consonants in the mnemonics, we can see what we are to do and how they should reduce. So if I have a kasara, which should transform, it should reduce to celerent in the first figure. If I begin with festino, the one in the first figure that begins with fe is ferio, so if I transform festino, I should get ferio. If I have a fourth figure like Brahmantip, I look for the first figure that has B and A, that's Barbara. So if I transform Brahmantip, I should get Barbara. We know there are four ways to do this, abbreviated with S, P, M, and C. Simple conversion, partial conversion, mutatio, and contradiction. We know that those letters are going to show up in the names for the figures to tell us how to reduce. So again, let's look at an example. Let's look at this syllogism. No fish is a mammal. All whales are mammals. Therefore, no fish is a whale. First, I want to determine the figure of this. I can see that the middle term is in the predicate for both the statements. Therefore, this is a pri. It's second figure. It goes no fish and all whales. That's E and A. And so this is kesare. That means if I reduce it, it should end up as celarent. So let's see how we should do this. It's kasare, which tells me I should be paying attention to that S. S tells me this is a simple conversion. I just need to switch the terms. So instead of no fish is a mammal, I should have no mammal is a fish. Let's do another one here. All men are mortal, all men are bipeds, therefore some bipeds are mortal. I see the middle term here is men. It's in the subject for both. This is sub. This is a fourth figure. This will be easy because fourth figure is so close to first figure. So it's in the mood derapti. So that tells us that I see that P there in derapti. That tells me I need to do a partial conversion for this. So let's see what that partial conversion would look like. Instead of all men are mortal and all men are bipeds, we would switch that to some bipeds are men. There's my partial conversion. So now I have all men are mortal, some bipeds are men, therefore some bipeds are mortal. This is darii now. This would be the first figure. Let's do another one. No fish is a mammal. All whales are mammals. Therefore, no whale is a fish. We can see this is second figure. It's pri. We see the middle term and the predicate for both. And so after we convert the major premise, it would say instead, no mammal is a fish. And so now we would have no mammal is a fish. All whales are mammals. Therefore, no whale is a fish. We've converted it now to celarent. Let's look at this next one. Some crows are carnivorous. All crows are birds. Therefore, some birds are carnivorous. This is disamis. And so this should reduce to darii. So we see that S there. That tells me it's a simple conversion. So but also it's going to require a mutatio. So we're going to have to flip some statements here, and also switch some things around. So instead of having all crows are birds as a second statement, we're going to make that the first statement. All crows are birds, some crows are carnivorous, therefore some birds are carnivorous. But now we've got to do a simple conversion. So instead, now we have some carnivorous things or crows. So all crows are birds. Some carnivorous things are crows, therefore some birds are carnivorous. Now we have Dari. Okay, for Wednesday, you should carefully read those pages, 22 and 23. Do the exercises for day 3 in Moodle. We're going to do a review, and then there's a test on Friday. I'm also going to get you started or help you at least with the first question in your exercises. So if you want to go and look at that, you can log into Moodle. I'll show you how I would do the first one here. So the first question says, no philosophers are saints, some men are saints, therefore some men are not philosophers. So the question is, what figure is this? We can see it's a second figure. So we're going to mark second figure. After that, it'll ask another question. It'll say, what mood is it? So we would type festino. When you type, please use all caps and just use that one term so that it'll mark it correct. Which consonant tells you how to reduce to the first figure? Well, that's the S, so we would mark the S for that. And then finally, what does the S indicate you should do? Well, it tells you that you should rewrite the syllogism into a first figure. So we would write simple conversion, the first E statement, right? Simple S for simple conversion. And then we would write the syllogism after it's been reduced. We would type, no saints are philosophers, some men are saints, therefore some men are not philosophers. And then we would type, what mood is it in now? Well, now it's Ferio. Again, I'll be doing some of these with y'all in class. If you have questions, though, you should ask me and I will try and help you with it.